try out this backyard forge just built. I think I might make a flint striker. I'll start out from, I'll go out here in the driveway, look around, see if I can find a piece of flint laying around out here in the driveway somewhere, and if I can't, then I guess I just have to go up here to the little spring that runs off the hill, see if I can find a piece of flint in it somewhere. After that, I'll come back and fire this forge up, see if we can make us a flint striker. Before I even made it part of the way down the driveway, I done walked up on a piece of flint. This one right there. I'm going to try to show you how I tested this. I don't know if there's too much light out here to see the spark or not, but that's how I tested it. So I've got the fire started, or getting it started. That thing seems to work pretty good so far. Actually, I may have to put a little flapper right here on this to turn the air down. See what I mean? But that'd be alright. That'd just be another way to control the airflow to it. Whenever we go to forge weld with it, be able to turn it up. So the first test run on it was actually a bust, but it did end up clogging up right there, so I just took a simple piece of metal and I stuck it down in there, see if it'll fix it. I'm going to cut that little tang that's on the end of that file off. That thing flew off before I wanted it to. That's why you got to make sure your dogs ain't around. So here a few months ago, somebody asked me if I could make a flint striker. And I told them, I said, well, I don't know. We ain't never made one before. So now I'm making one. We'll find out if I can make one. They told me what they look like and how you use them, so we'll see if I get it right or not. I'm going to draw out each end, make a taper on them, and then curl them around and bend it. Okay, so I've got my taper on both ends. Now I'm going to start curling them. And then after that, after I curl them, I'll put them in my little bending jig that I made and bend them. There's one squirrel tail. and there we have it. Got a little flint striker. I'm only going to quench it, heat treat and quench the part where the striker actually is. I'm not going to do where I wrapped it around. So there we have it, the backyard forge. It works. It don't work great, but I mean it could use a little improvement. But it worked. We made something with it, and I've actually been thinking about maybe, because it is smaller than my forge, I'm thinking about taking the inside of my forge out, putting it inside that. See how it works. Give me a little bit, not much more room, but it gives me a little bit more room here. So that's what I'm thinking about it. Because mine is bigger, which I'll have to make the hole in that bigger, but I can do that. So here we go. We made us a little flint striker with our homemade backyard forge. And once it cools off, I'll see if it works. One other thing, I did notice with this homemade backyard forge, I did notice that it works okay with coal, but I believe it would work much better with charcoal. It works okay with coal, but even if you can't find any coal anywhere, you can still find charcoal. And I don't mean like when you go buy a bag of charcoal that most everybody barbecues with. I mean like there's hardwood. I'm talking like there's hardwood charcoal that you can buy, and which you do cook with, but it's real charcoal, and that's what you want, is the real charcoal. I think it would work better with that. Alright, let's test it out. See if we did good or not. See if it works. There's my piece of flint. There's the striker I just made. See, I've already checked it, so here we go. So now I guess the next time somebody asks me if I can make a flint striker, I guess I can tell them, yes I can. Look at her, she smells something. Old dog was out there, the old skunk ate, old Sasquatch. What do you think? One other thing about this flint striker, I know how you're supposed to use it, how they teach you to use those. They tell you, they say a piece of charred cloth is what you use with it to get a fire going, and then jute twine. But what I don't understand is, if it's for survival, then to me it'd be a lot easier just carry a book of matches with you. But I guess some people, they just like doing it this somewhat primitive way. But it seems like there's a whole lot more stuff you got to pack with you to get a fire going. And I may play around with this striker and see if I can get a fire started without charred cloth. That way, well, it'd make more sense to me if you could just pack that striker, find a piece of flint, and find some other kind of tinder to light your fire with without having to prepare for it, when it would be so much easier to carry a lighter or a book of matches. I guess that's it for this one.